smoke.
Hey, what's happening? Lawnarchy. It's your man PL, Jay Riddock. And tonight we got a special guest, returning innovator, master of musicianship, and probably make anything out of anything else. My man TommyLift. How you doing tonight, Tommy, my man?
I'm doing just fine.
All right.
Thank you.
It's good to have you back on the lawn.
It's good to be here. Here in the backyard.
As you see, we've changed things up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We trying to grow a little something.
Yeah.
We even added a sports segment with Sports Block with Riddock. We'll be getting into that a little later.
Nice.
And when that time comes, you're more than welcome to stick around if you want.
We can discuss the merits of playing with balls.
Sports related, people. Sports related.
I like all the sports.
Sports balls.
Sports walls.
So before we get too far into this, a couple of things. Rockwell had a family emergency. His daughter was walking a dog and stepped on a nail. So he may or may not be here this evening. I'm not sure. But, you know, our thoughts and prayers are going out to his daughter,
Definitely.
and her foot. And also, let's go ahead and do the check-in real quick before we get going, because I know I'm ready to roll. You know, like every week, we like to check in with everybody. You know, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. So I'm gonna start with our guest this evening, TommyLift, my man. How you doing this week, my friend?
I'm doing good. But I guess if I have to be honest, which it's always a good thing to be, I am a bit overwhelmed. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. It's not bad. It's good. There's a lot of good opportunities, but you know, there's also other things too, just like aging parents and, you know, trying to get the house done, moving forward with all kinds of steps in my life, and you know, I just can't always, I can never just have downtime. Like, I always got to fill whatever in my world with some new venture, some new hustle. So I've been on the eBay game, like, hard for like the last 3 months. I started, you know, this first quarter and trying to, but just last Friday was the first day that I actually made the same amount of money on eBay that I did at my job.
Oh, sweet.
Cool.
So,
That's cool.
But it's like, you know, it's good to wake up to money, but it's also like I'm one of those people that like wants to take care of stuff right now. So like, I want to get that to the post office immediately. No like waiting or, oh yeah, I got to take care of the package later or whatever, you know, which is all self-imposed. But so I just find myself tired is what I'm saying. Like, you know, between I'll come home, I'll work 8 hours, I'll come home and work on the house because I'm trying to get things ready for my girl to move in, and I'll be doing that till midnight, and it's just like,
Often find yourself looking for that 25th and 26th hour in the day. Yeah.
Waking up at 6 a.m. like, oh no, here we go again. But it's good, you know.
It definitely beats the alternative.
Heck yeah. No, I'm not complaining one bit.
Oh no, I didn't take it as a complaint at all. But I understand it. I punched the clock, and I punch the clock late, consistently. Unfortunately, when I get there, I do my job. But I think I'm supposed to be there like 10:45 in the morning, and I know that sounds late to most people. Like, hey, how can you not be there at 10:45? That's so late in the day. Yeah, I'm a night person.
Right.
So 10:45 at night is like 6 in the morning to most people.
Right.
You know, so it's, you know, it is what it is. Fuck it, I guess I'm talking, so I'll go ahead and go.
Yeah.
This week was interesting. I don't necessarily know if it's like social anxiety or what, but I'm definitely an introvert. And from time to time, my people battery dies, and it always dies. And it's never like, you have 20% left. It's always like,
it's just gone.
Yeah, just, and I was going to work Thursday morning, and I was okay, and truck cut me off. And that did it. That just drained my people energy and I was kind of sour pussy, just, and it took until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening for me to even be able to put the mask on, quote unquote, to, you know, but I did tell my coworkers, hey, look, I'm gonna be pain in the ass today. I'm super grumpy. I'm not gonna be like the usual jovial, fun me, and it's not. Don't take it personally. My people battery got drained this morning, and there's no way for me to replenish it without taking off work, and I just can't financially take off work right now. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. But you know, I made it through. Got to see my brothers yesterday. We hung out down at his house. He cooked some beef ribs. So I got a couple of those in the fridge waiting on me when I get home. Nice. Big Bronto rib. Shout out to my brother Dawood going through Ramadan right now. Shout out to my Muslims going through Ramadan right now. I used to joke with the Muslim cats I went to high school and college with about, you know, like, man, you know, but I have a better understanding of it now, and it's like, you a bad motherfucker. From sun up to sundown, no food, no water.
Easier said than done, that's for sure.
Oh, you see, I couldn't even finish the statement without shaking my head, because I'm like, shit, I'm on water a couple times, you know, just, yeah. So
the water for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I can do the not eating. I do intermittent fasting, so I could do that portion of it. But the no water, no soda, no liquid at all, nothing in your system to replenish you from sun up to sundown. Ooh-wee. That takes a discipline that your man doesn't necessarily possess.
Yeah.
So, you know, shout out to the Muslims doing Ramadan right now. Jay, my man, how was your week?
It was decent. I don't say nothing bad happened. Woke up every day. Was still broke, but I mean, shit. Chance to do it all over again, so I can't complain.
You know, I'd rather have a broke pocket than a broke spirit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And the times that I feel like my spirit was closest to breaking was times my pockets were super full.
It's strange that way.
Say good old life.
Well, you know, lower your expectations and you'll always be happy, right? You know.
That's what they say, but when I started lowering my expectations were being met, and I didn't like that.
You're more fulfilled. But I'm just saying, like, money-wise, right? Like,
money-wise, yeah. Well, but I know how to, fortunately, you know, growing up in the hood, and my thanks to Jack and Annie, my mom and dad, shout out to y'all, because one thing that they told me consistently when I was growing up was, we have money. You're broke. So I never... My mom was a teacher. My father was a building manager, and they both worked with the school district. So they had decent money. And I used to always, hey, man, you know, we doing all right. And they'd be like, no.
Yeah.
We're doing all right.
Yeah.
You're broke. I'm like, damn, I am broke. This sucks. But I learned how to maneuver with less fundage. And, you know, being a starving artist and touring, and especially touring, I think touring as an adult solidified everything and put it all into perspective. I think it was kind of like showed me the little pieces that I'd been learning from parts of life, like college. You know, like, all right, well, this is how you got to eat in college in order to, you know, if you need to survive. This is what you got to do when you get your first crib. You know, so touring put all that together, especially the first big tour that I did with Christos and Rockwell. We went out for the Anarchy Tour. That was like 2.5 months. And that was all of our first big actual, you know, I'd done touring where I'd gone out for like a week or maybe 2 weeks or something like that and come back, or gone out like some consecutive weekends. But that was, we were like far away from home for a long time, like a whole summer. Excuse me. And that, the biggest thing, the biggest shock to me financially on that tour was leaving here where like a 22-ounce soda was 99 cents at the time, And when we got to the Bay in San Jose, that same 22-ounce soda or 20-ounce soda was like $2.50.
Right.
And I said, God damn, man, this is just $2.50 for a soda. And now, they're $2.50 here now, but this is also a good chunk of time later. So shout out to Jack and Annie. No, for real, they put it together for me because now even when I get my check and I'm like, shit, I got a couple bucks. Nah, I'm broke. I think that even if I were to, be fortunate and get, a big check, 6-7 figures at once, I think I would still, I'd splurge a little bit. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't, but I'm not gonna have 4 bowling lanes in my basement.
No, I remember as a kid, we always had to, earn money, come up on some sort of hustle. We used to sell bait, like catch crawdads in the creek and sell them for bait, turn in aluminum cans, all that. I remember when you find a screen door, it's like the haul of the century, But I was so set on getting the truck when I was 15 years old. I found this like 1954 Chevy that, it was my baby. But my parents were like,
is that the Sanford and Son truck? I mean, not
similar,
but that's like that. Yeah.
And the thing was a piece of shit. It was horrible. It was so loud. There was like the firewall was so thin. The engine was so loud. It would go like 45 miles an hour max. It had a granny gear where you could put it in first gear and get out of the truck and walk beside it. Like literally, because the people would use it as a farm truck to throw hay in the back. Yeah. So you just set the steering wheel. But anyway, I bought I had no idea like anything about acoustics. I bought a Craco, 2 speaker stereo and tried to put that in there, and you couldn't hear anything over the engine. It was garbage. The thing broke down at least 3 times a week. I would have to walk to school and fix it on the way home.
Fresh.
But I wanted this thing, and I was 15. My parents were like, well, you weren't parking it on our driveway because that's our driveway. But you can park it on the street, but you need insurance. But I'm not driving. Yeah, but it could get hit.
Hit.
So they're like, go get a job. So well, shit, I had already been mowing lawns and everything else since I was at least steady since I was 13. But yeah, I paid for insurance for a year before I could drive. But it was my dumb ass. Like I should have just waited. Right? Impulsive. But that's you pay for your decisions, right? One way or another.
Man, that's real. And no matter how good of a parent you have, that is the lesson that only life can teach you.
That's right.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta, because I know I'm impulsive about talking shit. So one thing that life has taught me, and some of the things I've had to go through over the past decade or so, have definitely. I still talk shit. Don't get me wrong, but I don't. I mean, sometimes I'll quip, and if it's witty banter, back and forth conversation, I don't think about it. But like 9 times out of 10, I am like stopping, thinking about what I want to say or the point I want to make, and then thinking about how I want to make that point. Because I can make that point one of a few ways. I can make it directly and be respectful to everybody, and everybody's cool, or I could be, I don't want to say typical PL because that's not typical, but the PL that a lot of people will assume I am, and just be a straight up asshole and say something real fucked up and still get to the point though.
Right.
I've chosen option A a lot more, but I understand that option B is still on the table. But I don't jump to option B like I used to.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Congratulations.
I guess it had to happen eventually. Someday it got to mature. I've been here long enough. I ain't growing up, y'all. I'm still a Toys R Us kid. So, man, for those that don't know, Major Pack another Mac Mo Green, one of our guys. He's part of the Lawn family. And Major Pac had the Cannabis Expo about 3 weeks ago now? Mm-hmm. About 3 weeks ago. Got to hang out with Tommy for a while before and during. Always a blast, man. Pleasure. We went to a nice little restaurant spot off in the cut.
Yeah, Dagwoods.
For breakfast. And, man, I had the French toast. If you know me, you know I'm fucking with French toast off top. It was delicious. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about the plate, nothing about the restaurant or the food felt, it was hoity-toity or
pretentious.
Yeah, it was just straight up cool. Yeah. And they let us have our safety meeting.
Yeah.
Afterward, which was awesome.
We got to go out in the pleasure cruiser.
Man, when Tommy shot me, we were talking about. I was like, "Hey, man, let's do breakfast before the expo." He thought I was, calling, having a little session or something. breakfast,
yeah.
Which in the past I probably have. That's and I started like
code language.
I started shooting restaurants to him, and he was like, "Oh. You mean actual breakfast? You want to eat some food?"
I thought we were having a Bible study, a prayer session. Safety.
Ooh, man! So we wound up at Dagwoods over on Southwest Boulevard. Yeah. And we just had a good time, man. And then I got a chance to meet Lucille Cody from High and Doing Things.
Yes.
At the expo. She's here tonight in some shape, form, or fashion. I'll say this. If you haven't watched or if you haven't listened to or you don't follow High and Doing Things on Instagram, first and foremost, you should.
Just look for the green smoke.
Yeah. Second, I've listened to her podcast, and it's kind of high energy, kind of you can feel like she it feels like she's moving, like she's on a treadmill while she's doing it. And that when I was watching her process, I was just like, man, I'm amazed because she's really like, boom.
She's in it when she's in it. That's for sure. 100%.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. It felt good to see somebody who was like into what they were doing.
Right, and the thing is about Lucille and the High and Doing Things is that she just does the first thing that comes into her head. It is not edited. It is not altered. It is not conceived, preconceived. She doesn't. I mean, she's organized and everything with her podcast notes and her logging, and she's like real thorough about all that good stuff, but none of it's like thought out ahead of time. It's just off the cuff. I won't even say it's comedy. It's just but it's funny. Sometimes it's funny as shit. But I think that's a curse of Midwest production. Is that people think too much about what they're doing because they want to be considered taken seriously.
Right.
And that's, I think, one of the most beautiful things about High and Doing Things is that she just doesn't care.
Well, we'll give her some roses when she comes on. Yeah. She's just right over there, but we're going to talk to Tommy for a little bit. All right, so Tommy.
Yes, sir.
We had Jazz on
recently,
maybe,
and then Gear.
It was about a month ago.
And then Gear and Danny Girl. Shit, really like a couple of weeks ago for Danny.
Yeah, I'm so proud of Jazz.
Dude, I am too, man.
Man,
I hugged Jazz like 4 times before he left because.
So proud.
Nah, man. I mean, because when I met him at CMS when he was in the dorm room doing the studio stuff, doing recording in the dorm room.
Yeah, and I was there. I one time I recorded a little joint that I called Raw Cuts, where I was I rhymed on all the tracks and everything. It's just like no one's ever heard it, but it was like I did that there.
Oh shit!
And I was doing all these ad libs, And Jazz is like, cut it out. Quit that shit. Because I was trying to be Pete Rock. Like, yeah. The CL Smooth and Pete Rock albums when Pete Rock would always be doing the ad-libs in the background. Yeah. All this stuff. He was just like, no, dude. Don't. Stop.
Jazz is that's one thing I've always appreciated about Jazz. He's gonna tell you.
Oh, for sure.
He'll definitely let you know if you're on some bullshit.
Yeah.
There is no, he doesn't like mince words.
No.
Not at all.
No, he's gonna tell you.
Yeah.
And you have to. And I've told several people this when I've sent them to Jazz to record. I say you have to be able to take criticism.
Yeah.
There is
or
zero.
Don't ask.
Yeah, there is zero hate when Jazz is giving you his opinion about what's going on. There's zero hate involved. Because if it was hate, you wouldn't even be there to record.
You wouldn't be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep it all the way funky. But Jazz will tell you, no, this here, that you got to do something
That's
about
garbage.
that. Yeah,
you need to change that.
This here is whack. This is cool. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna just tear your shit down. He'll build your shit up too.
Right.
But you have to be adult and grown and mature enough to take it.
Right.
Yeah. And when I was recording, I was doing the same thing there at the building for a minute when we first started, and I had all kinds of horrible clients. Just awful, garbage, but they paid, and I was just like, just don't ask me, Like I had this one cat, I won't say names, but there's this one cat who used to take like a handful of Molly and some hard liquor, some awful Fireball or something, I don't know, some awful thing. And I don't know if you ever saw my booth there, but it was just like Jazz's.
Yeah.
And I had like a 9x12 booth with a couch in it, and the window and everything. He would go in there and turn the light out, and then just freestyle on a beat with no hooks, nothing, for like 20 minutes. And he would start every session by taking a handful of these pills and chewing them up and then just slamming this liquor, and he would go and the lights are off, so all I could see is my face in the window. He was in there in the dark like God knows what, and then he'd just be like, roll that beat, and that's it. So it's kind of, you don't need to ask the opinion on how it is. It's just like, well, if your money's good, then we're all right. But he's doing, Jazz is way past all that good stuff. I mean, his awards and the professorship and everything, I'm just ridiculously proud of you, brother.
Man,
love you.
Professor Jazz Brewer. You did.
Damn.
Man, that has a beautiful ring to it.
It's amazing.
And I told him, I said, when you won that Emmy, I said, we won an Emmy. He was like, yeah, man, I won it for everybody. I'm like, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. I said we.
Yeah, and professorship too.
We teaching.
Yeah, that's right.
We teaching how to record and engineer. Man, that's so dope.
That's very dope.
That's so fucking dope. Shout out to Jazz. 64111 Studios. Speaking of 64111, how did you find that building?
Well, there was a sign on the side of the building that was like this big, this tiny little. It was like something you buy at a hardware store for a garage sale, and it just said for rent with a handwritten number, and I just called it, and the guy that answered told me that he would rent to me sight unseen, because I was the first person that actually called to rent the building, because everybody else wanted to buy it because it was in such a prime. Right. They knew what was up. They knew what was
going down.
So everybody that called wanted to buy it, and they thought that they could get it for pennies on the dollar because the place looked like a scab.
Right.
It was nasty. So, but I was like, hungry, and wanted to have a spot, and So I actually asked to rent it, and he was like, "I will rent to you because you were the first," you know.
Mm.
But it was crazy. He would fix the roof, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a couple people that, besides Jazz, that were there with us, that actually knew how to do construction. And actually, Jazz couldn't remember Manny's name. It was Manny that was living there. It was me, Manny, and Jazz originally. And Jazz didn't live there, but Manny and me lived there.
Because he was down that long, skinny hallway.
Well, originally he was supposed to be on the other side where West Side Story is.
Okay.
But Patrick, who you guys talked about a little bit, who had the darkroom door, which is actually
Okay.
my door that I brought there, and I didn't know what to do with, so we incorporated it into the building.
Fresh.
But there was a further space, but it didn't have any heat or water or anything. And Manny had helped me get a working bathroom and kitchen that we built out of just like salvage materials and free stuff. It was barely above freezing in there at any given time in the backpack. Before Jazz took over the whole center, and then Lon built him his own bathroom and put central air in and everything. Because originally, that whole back was like where the kitchen was. And the bathroom, and it had a shower that we built elevated, and it would drain out like the sink drain. So you had to walk up steps, because it was like not designed for anything that we wanted, but we were just like, we're just gonna make it happen,
right?
You know, and we did it for nothing. But so Manny was the other cat that lived there, Manny Herrera, and he was my boy from back in the day. He was a drummer, and we were in a group. Originally, I think that's how I met Jamal, through Manny and Nisha and Jazz and everybody, you know, and the 64 and 11 clinic, that whole family was through him somehow, because I think Jamal had known this cat, Mickey. But unfortunately, like he said, he died in a ATV accident. But that was my brother, man. I love that guy. And so it was me and him and Jazz, and me and Jazz had working studios, and Mickey had like a practice space, and he essentially didn't, he got with a girl and moved out before he actually got his space in the building, like, realized. But, yeah, it was wild. Like, sometimes the roof would leak, and that's when we would call the dude, right? So he would send his little nephew out there with, like, a blowtorch and some tar and stuff like that. And there's a couple times when, like, after they left, the roof would be on fire. Like, it'd be smoking in the layers. And then we would see smoke come in the studio, and it's like, what the? Go up there and realize that it was literally on fire. Just a slow burn. And have to, go up there with a garden hose and put it out. But,
that's good OKC right there,
man.
Bro.
But it was wild. That place was... We got raided one night because, like, some guy was recording in Jazz's early produce studio, and his girlfriend got mad that he was still at the studio. So she, like, called the cops and said that...
Wow.
That we were doing, like, blow and dealing drugs and trading weapons and whatever else that, and the whole place... I think I was in bed. And next thing you know, that place got... broke. The police were everywhere. It was like a swarm, but it was wild. It was a wild spot.
Damn.
And I remember when Gear and Danny were here, they were talking about how the party down in the West Bottoms got bum rushed by the cops, and that was actually the Flavor Pack building where Jeremy, myself, and a couple other people that weren't really related to the Flavor Pack shows as much, but help with the magazine to some extent, like Davin Watney. He's like a local painter, amazing painter, and another dude that was in like a heavy metal band that lived there, Joe, Italian name, can't remember, but we did Flavor Pack events, we called them jams, in the downstairs part of what was the dirt gallery. So Davin, the painter, had this gallery where he would showcase like local artists. It was like an underground art gallery. And so we would do shows, the Flavor Pack shows in there to pay our rent. And one night, and there was a loading dock in the back of the building, right? And the artist would, it was like the green room. So you'd hang out back there and do whatever, bring in the instruments and all that stuff in the back of the building. And then they had a curtain between there and the stage. And then the front of the building had these giant plate glass windows and a plate glass old school door, like a shop window, like an old school shop, like window shopping where you're looking in. But that night, the police came in the loading dock in the back, like bum rushed, ran over all of the instruments, like stepping in drums and bass guitars and all the kind of stuff, and then burst through the curtains. So it's like all of a sudden the police are just like, ha! Coming from backstage. And everyone was like, oh, shit. So they turn and run out the front. And people were, funneling, trying to get through the one door. So they caused this giant panic when there was nothing there to be. There was like someone that had supposedly taken some sort of tranquilizer drug or something like that their parents had found, because we did all ages, no drugs, no alcohol, but unfortunately, of course, when you have that kind of thing, some people show up that are doing whatever. So, but the two guys that got arrested that night were actually trying to help the cops, because the police were getting caught up in the motion of the crowd, and they were getting pushed toward the front windows, plate glass, right? So Sage, who was one of the cats that got arrested, grabbed the cop by the collar.
Yanked him
back to keep from going through the glass, but it was an assault on an officer.
Damn.
See, so like, he was just trying to help. But anyway, man, another night that I lived at that building too, and I had a room on the third floor with no windows that was hot as Satan's armpit. And I remember one night I'm just lying on a futon mattress in the middle of this warehouse floor in this room, and the door swings open and 3 cops come up in the bedroom like Charlie's Angels, like, just shining the flashlights up at the ceiling, checkpoint, like, all this stuff, and at me, and I'm just like, what? But it was the same kind of thing where somebody, after they left the show, had some sort of problem with some sort of drug, and this is the hellhole where all of it came from. And we're just trying to do at the time like what we consider like super righteous, progressive hip hop and all this stuff. But I'm rambling.
No, you're good, because I didn't even know about that part.
Did you know about that place?
Yeah, I knew about the place. See, I was down at MU when a lot of the stuff was going on.
Oh, okay.
I would catch stuff in the summer when you all would do stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I caught it was like summer stuff, and then I maybe every once in a while I'd be here on a weekend, and you all, I'd happen upon something. I'd be, oh shit, I'm gonna go down. But I missed a lot. I missed the majority of the stuff.
Sure.
But I had good memories fond memories of the stuff that I did get to.
Yeah. Well, it was a different time when, if you wanted it to happen, you had to make it happen, and we cobbled a lot of stuff together, doing shows at like VFW halls and warehouses and people's backyards or whatever. But it was fun. It was real. So
I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I attended. Still thankful. So did you actually do graffiti?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not afraid to say what it was. I think the statutes of limitation have run out, but it was I painted Mick. Was what I put up, and then also Bets and Alt and Idol, and but Mick was the first one, like derogatory for Irish. So, And I had forever. There's like this. It was what they call a running piece. You know, the one that stays there for a long time. It was on if you were going south on Beardsley Road, like over the edge of the bottoms, and you look up where that. I think it's the bridge that they're tearing out right now. There was it said MIC. That's how I originally spelt it because that's I believe how. Maybe I'm wrong, but at the time I thought. But everyone was like, Mike, like microphone, so I had to add a K. But I had the Celtic letterings with like a plaid fill. And then dude that wrote with us named Scoob had done a Sugar Bear, like the cereal character up there. It was all, ran up there for like 12 years. You know, it was nice. But yeah, me and Jeremy painted a lot together. And then I also painted a lot with Fem9.
Okay.
And to some extent with Gear and Cry and East and
I think she still has a piece up on on the back of where Zarbar was down on 15th and Main.
And she just recently did a piece talking about the West Side right across from the old or from where the clinic is.
Oh, no
she has a
stuff.
piece there too.
Oh, I need to go by there and check that
I
out.
mean Fem9 is like ridiculous
in
Kansas City as far as prolific as far as doing just graffiti for days and days and days, you know. She's putting the work in, that's for sure. So
yeah,
and her brother Noah was ridiculous too. He's got Old Souls, the tattoo shop now.
Yeah,
but Audio 57, I think is what he wrote. Is one of the most talented. I mean, and it's interesting that you're wearing the Schultz Snoopy shirt, right? Because here's the thing, I think about Snoopy when I think about graffiti a lot. And it's because of the line weight and the quality, right? Because, like, you could trace that Snoopy shirt with, you know, tracing paper, and you would recognize it as Snoopy. But the way that Charles Schultz used look at his hand there over the yellow, and you see the thickness of those lines that make his fingers. They're not predictable. It's like a spiritual output, like a flow where it's like a signature, like you scribble. And that's what makes the best graffiti artist, in my opinion, stand out from the other ones, is that they just do it. And Noah just did it. Like, he never had to, it was always like, the line quality was just like sick, you know, just so perfect and so fluid. It's like a freestyle MC where they pull off that one line or whatever, where you're just like, oh my god, like what the fuck am I witnessing? You know, that's the thing that made that kind of graffiti so amazing. You know, there's other people that are up a lot and prolific more or whatever, but that cat's line weight was just ridiculous. It's amazing. So shout out to Noah Moore.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I still don't know who a lot of the cats were. I just remember a lot of, you know, pieces and throw ups and bombs and shit, and we just was amazed in the 90s.
Right. Well, Gear would know more than me for sure, but here I could tell you a lot. Like, the reason I got involved in graffiti was I met him because I was a video student at the Art Institute. So I was shooting, I was doing a commercial for his urban clothing line called Chameleon Streetwear. And we were shooting a video in the reservoir in Northeast, which is like, it turns out that the neighborhood I live on the west side used to have a reservoir like that too, where Observation Park is. And, you know, back in the day, instead of having like a water tower, you just had a big ass pit on a hill where the rainwater would collect, and then you could use it for municipal uses. I don't know if they use it for drinking water or whatever, but we're talking like 1800s, right? So we shot this video in there because there was all these pieces in there, and Gear had done pieces in there as well. And a lot of the cats at the time, like Cry, East, Tanae, and Joe Neckbone, a couple other folks, and Jeremy had done. So I was just like, I know I told the story when I was on here when I first walked into the Rumba Box and saw like breakdancing for the first time, but it was just like that eye-opening thing where you're like, oh no, this isn't just something that's like on MTV.
Right.
This is like a real thing, and like I stumbled into realness right now. So like, you know, so when I met him and got exposed to graffiti, we went to all these like underground spots, like the Reservoir. There's another place, the Amtrak lines that come out of the city and go east. They go under Brooklyn, they go under Troost and Paseo and everything, right? They call that the Groove. So there's just like this amazing gallery of like 20-foot cement walls on either side that are retaining walls, where the Amtrak line cuts underneath the east side. And so those were like the kings at the time only that got to paint down there. Now it's just overtaken. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's all kind of stuff down there. I remember like 10 years ago showing we had some interns down on at our office down on 18th and Vine, and I was walking them through the neighborhood, and I was like, you know, this is such and such, this is such and such. Down the, you know, I'm standing on the bridge on Vine, 19th Street, 19th Street, and I remember going back a couple of years later and seeing like way more stuff, and I'm like, nah, this isn't.
Yeah, it was a nice feeling when like you had to like be in the know, but you know, I guess that's just whatever. But it was nice to know about these certain spots that were around, and you know, as being a writer at the time, you know, that's we would like to kind of keep them to ourselves a little bit and be able to visit them as like some sort of like shrine, right? You know, like underneath in the Groove down there. I don't know if you ever went down there.
Once.
Okay, but there's all these secondary walls that are like you would climb up where a road would go overhead, and there'd be like a retaining wall there, and so then you would make a little gallery on the sides. Yeah. And there was this. Did you ever see the one that was East and Cry and Gear? I think it was said Celt, because that's what Gear wrote back then, and it had a rooftop. It was a painting of a rooftop. So if you're down on Southwest Boulevard and you know that like that Kansas City piece that's at the Fox Equipment, it's famous. The KCPD are actually posing in front of it for their website. It's hilarious. Yeah. There's like a image in that mural of a rooftop with like air conditioners with like it says Cry East. It's a little detail in that mural that is a reference to that old school piece that was in the Groove, and it was that he had Damien had painted an image of a rooftop with a sunset with like air conditioning units and all kinds of stuff that you would find up in an industrial rooftop, and then they did their pieces on that as if it was like on a rooftop.
Fresh.
Right. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And then there was also a piece down there that East and Tanae did, who was another cat that came down from Chicago, that had starfish and octopus and a seahorse, and I mean really nice stuff at the time, you know. But there was one of the most unknown spots ever was on the banks of the Little Blue underneath 40 Highway. So if you're going up toward the stadiums, you know,
under the bridge,
you'd have to get off at like some crazy industrial kind of by the mobile home park, and then just walk and go. And it was this piece called the Mad Uglies, and it was East and Gear and I want to say Days. And what they had done is brought all the leftovers. That they had all the old colors and they did this thing that looked like a Fruit Stripes gum on acid background for all the pieces, and then they were all like, you know, like mustard yellow and weird greens and browns and stuff.
Fresh.
And it said Mad Uglies below it, but that was like a hike. Like you had to like really put the work in to get there, you know, and that was fun. Like knowing these spots.
It's definitely gone by now, huh?
Yeah, probably. Man, one of the oldest pieces in the city, Gear told me this. He said the oldest piece that he ever saw was a wild style that was on a little retaining wall on 20th Street on the west side between Broadway and Washington, right? And there's this little apartment complex that was like, early 1900s, late 1800s. And it had this little tiny, size of your desk, retaining wall. And this little piece is like 4 feet long. It said country. But it said CUNTRY. And it was wild style, yellow and red with arrow letters and everything. And no one knows who did it. But it officially is gone now. And I've been watching that fade away for 20 plus years.
Man.
I think I have a picture of it. And then also on I-35, I know I'm going crazy here, but on I-35, on the west side of I-35, near where Rainbow cuts underneath, there's these natural stone formations. And there used to be a red piece there that said ages. And it's finally faded away. Like for years I would go and see the
I know that
outline
piece.
of that.
Yeah. That was there for a while.
Yeah, that was East and Ages. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know. See, there's stuff that you just told me about tonight that I didn't know was gear.
Oh yeah, he used to paint Celt and Else. And there was quite a tradition of switching up the name and keeping them guessing. So that's what I did. Like Mick was the first one, but then I was like, I'm taking a bet, so bets. And then I had Idle, like Idle Hands, and then Alt was my alternate name, I forgot about that one. That's another one I did over on, where the Linwood's Happy Foods is.
Yeah.
There was like some sort of radio tower thing behind that, so I had a big Alt on there for years. It's pretty nice.
Hell, I might have a picture of that.
Oh.
I gotta find out I gotta figure out where my pictures are. I really might have a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was there forever. That's the other thing about graffiti is that choosing the spot to make it run.
Because that was that's like it's a little bit around the way from the Mustache Club.
Yep.
Yeah. Or Club Mustache.
And talking about Cry, he was the guy that did the Vargas Auto.
No shit.
Yeah, so the Vargas Auto that was that was all
badass.
Super 80s blade reflective metallic. Yeah. So Cry Damien, that's his name. I don't remember his last name. He was, as far as graffiti goes in Kansas City, like hip hop graffiti goes, okay, the first people were Gear was in Cry. And then East came down from Chicago and schooled them and refined their skills. He exposed them to techniques, tips, different types of paint, all kinds of stuff like that. East and Tenay these guys look like yacht club fucks. They were all he was like a b-boy that had the perfect Kangol and the cardigan sweater and all the matching stuff, but they would dress like businessmen and then have spray paint in the briefcase,
fresh,
and go around like that and just get have a little trigger in the handle, be or one cat would get in a box and the other guy would dress like a UPS guy with a cart and they wheel him around and then just put him up next to the wall and he'd do tags and stuff like that. So they came down here and really schooled. And then you had Scribe that moved here from Boston, going to the Art Institute, and the Gear was there at the same time, so they kind of linked up that way.
Ah, so Scribe is from Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was from here, or I knew he wasn't from here, but I didn't think I figured he just landed.
Preacher's son from Boston. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm 99% sure. I know he's from the East Coast, but I'm pretty sure it's Boston.
Oh.
Yeah. He said he used to ride the train and paint there and stuff like that.
Fresh.
So, and then one of the oldest Scribe pieces is in Kansas City, actually, if it's still there, is actually next to a piece that I painted at the same time. When he first got here, I don't know how. So me, him, and Gear did a piece down in the groove, in the name track line, but as you get almost out to the Grove, you know where the Grove pool is on...
over on 18th? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, behind that there's an little industrial zone, and that's where the train tracks go. They're hidden down there. And so we did the back of a building, and Scribe did a character that was unlike anything he paints now. It was a character, but it was just like kind of a little humanoid guy, kind of like a b-boy character with the exaggerated, like from Wizards or whatever, you know, with like big feet and big hands, but it was just like a little bald head dude. So it wasn't like any of his anthropomorphized animals or anything like that. But the cat was sitting on a ball, like he had, and it had, I think it had a star on the side of the ball. And that's the other piece. The other name I used was Next, because that was my next name. So that was what I did down there, was Next with a giraffe pattern fill. It was pretty dope.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's a good one. You said Next because that was my next name.
Yeah, that's how I was doing it every time. I figured that was the running joke.
Oh man, yeah, that's funny. All right, check it. We're gonna play this track from Himalayas, Circle of Thieves, and when we come back, we'll have special guest. One of the hosts of High and Doing Things, Lucille Cody. We'll be back in a couple.
I like it.
All right, so that was Himalayas, the Circle Thieves. I was hoping there would be more Himalayas at some point. Is that
maybe? You know, we'll have to talk to Jimmy. I did talk to him not too long ago. We need to come up here. Maybe this will be the kickoff point for it. Tommy's got to get his house done first, though.
I ain't mad at it. So we have our special guest, one of the hosts of High and Doing Things, Miss Lucille Cody.
Hello. Hi. Hello, humans. Hello, fellow humans.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. Sure. Is this thing okay?
It's great.
Yeah. I'm high and doing things. I got a high and shuffle. High and finagle a bit. That's a word. What was that? Oh, there we go. That's nice.
I listened to our the episode that we were fortunate enough to be on with you of High and Doing Things.
Yeah.
I mean, I've listened to a few episodes, but you know, when that one came out, I specifically listened to that one. I forgot the title of it. Is it Birds Aren't Real?
Oh, that's right.
I know that was involved in the conversation.
Yeah, it's just dogwood birds. And then there's like Birds Ain't Real. Birds Ain't Real, something like that. Yeah, Birds Ain't Real. And Lucy goes in a Cannabis Expo, the major Cannabis Expo.
Yeah, got to meet Lucy at the Cannabis Expo. That was
awesome. With Major Pack.
From Major Pack. Has that episode
aired? Yes.
Okay, so just go to check her out on Spotify. What else?
I'm on all platforms.
Okay, yeah,
like all of them. You
like
can go to my link tree. Check that out.
Pub and stuff.
Yeah. Dagwood Birds was the episode when we were at that was talking about is a chicken a bird?
Yes.
Right, because if the bird is not real, then we must be eating a robot.
Yeah, it's supposed to be eating a robot part.
That's right.
Which was hilarious. Because I think the waitress heard that and was like, oh, these motherfuckers here.
Yeah, well, it's true. It's like, well, you know, okay, it's a chicken, a bird. I was like freshly as heck. Like, I was so fucking freshly. And I was like, is a chicken a bird? They're like, yeah, chicken's a bird. Okay, then if a chicken's a bird and birds ain't real, then what am I must be eating robot parts. And then you have to listen to the episode to hear like the rest of the funny shit.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you, as a fan, I really do appreciate how you really will be high.
Yeah.
And doing things.
Yeah, like I'm high right now, and I'm like doing this awesome show, chilling out here on the Lawnarchy.
Oh, well, we're glad to have you. And you know, like we've told Tommy, whenever you're open door, you know, we're here every Friday night. This is the lawn. You know what I'm saying? So you've been on break.
Yeah.
What have you been doing during your break?
During my break from doing conducting interviews, I just been chilling. I've been crocheting blankets, and I've been like, no, like for real though. And then I've been like, you know, like dusting and doing dishes. I'm just playing, but for real, I've been doing that though. You gotta stay clean. But then, you know, making content just as it comes. It's not planned because it's unedited, unscripted, live in the moment. So, you know, it's just like whatever is going on. It's like you could be like mid-sentence talking like have a conversation. You're like, this is some funny shit. I didn't record this. And then just start recording from there. So sometimes you're catching like half, like part of a conversation. Right. But it's just what it is. And it's not edited. I don't have time for that. I don't.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I have to, you know, I may not necessarily take I have to edit every episode of these that we do. I may not necessarily take anything out, but just simply going through making sure that there's no part where, you know, we stuck our foot too far down our mouths.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
But that's because we say some wild shit here on the lawn.
Yeah.
You know, get to sipping them beers and that Uncle Nearest and smoking that Tweeds and
yeah.
Shit.
It should be legal everywhere. You should be able to just say that you just enjoy it. It doesn't have to be like a reason of, you know, there's a post on, you know, at How You Doing Things on Instagram. And I'm also on Twitter now. What was the other thing? Twitter. And then there's like other social medias, but I can't remember what the other one is.
Snapchat?
No, it's not that one. It's the other. Oh, TikTok. Yes, there we go. See, it started with a T. Okay. There's Twitter, and then there's TikTok, and then there's a T on here somewhere. Oh, look, see, there's a T for, you know, different time, whatever, or just...
T for Tennessee.
Yeah, there we go. There's all kinds of patches and things.
Somebody over here likes Tennessee, but they like the football team of Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, is that your people?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
You know that? Have you heard that old blues song, T for Texas? I will not attempt to sing it, but I will say the lyrics. T for Texas, T for Tennessee, T for Thelma, that girl that made a fool out of me. She gave me the TB Blues.
The TV views.
Wow. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Is tuberculosis, you can spread tuberculosis?
Yeah,
like
is that the thing? Well, I guess back when...
Yeah.
Probably back when that song was written, you probably could.
I will sing that part. It says, I got the TB Blues. But yeah, they would keep them in wards, right? Where the air was like fresh and clean. But anyway, I'd jump in the middle.
I don't know.
I like it. I like it.
I like you.
Oh yeah. How you doing things is very, very likable.
Yeah, and like I said, follow them on Instagram. It's a fun follow.
Yeah. You stay positive.
I was high and doing things, right?
Yes.
So I found a couple of big lighters that I was gonna bring.
Oh snap!
I forgot them. 'Cause I was high and doing things, so I didn't do things the way I would probably.
Lighter of the week.
It's okay. So, it's for the lighter of the week.
Yeah, so I have some. I'll be getting them to you at some point.
I hear she has a secret big lighter project in the works too.
Oh. It's not secret for now. But something's coming. I'm just playing. But something's coming. But something's coming. It's something.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I like collectible stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I like people that I like getting good stuff happening for them.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to sock Kansas when they shut down the Delta 8, because my man's over here was, what I'm saying, one of the main proponents of selling the Delta 8.
No, Delta 8.
In Kansas? Nah.
Well, I know they said they're stopping it now, right? For what reason?
No, specifically Johnson County.
Why?
Oh, specifically Johnson County?
Yeah, they just some assholes. That's pretty much it.
Huh.
like literally, they thought they could do it. They tried it. They
Yeah.
got away with it. So.
And then so now they're like, they're just like, no, because.
That's their reasoning, because.
Is it because somebody's pocketbook that's sitting on their chauffeur robe on the divan has not been oiled properly?
That could be part of it, but I just think it's because it's Kansas.
It's wild. Like you think for so long that like things are just progressing, getting better, and like people are opening their minds and getting smarter, right. And then like nope. Yep. Like across the board,
It's like we're going right back into the dark ages.
It's wild. There's something about humanity where I don't know. It's like a vortex that pulls them back in.
But I mean, you have people that are making the laws that grew up on like the old 1920s and 30s,
right.
Propaganda. So,
right.
This is what it is right now. It's kind of sad. Reefer madness is still in people's mind like a real thing.
Man.
It's a bad thing or something.
I rented Reefer Madness. Well, not I. We as a group rented Reefer Madness when I was a fucking freshman in college, because we were like, man, we got to see what the fuck this is all about, man. Motherfuckers talking all this mad shit about Reefer Madness, like blah blah blah. Man, that shit is stupid as fuck. Like, it's whack as shit. It don't make no fucking sense. No, we was high in the motherfucking. We was like, hey, this shit is dumb. This is some bullshit. This is some old super duper stereotypic to the extreme. Nah, hell nah.
Yeah, it was.
Nah, fuck this.
They made it seem like crack before crack was even invented.
Bull.
I've seen that movie.
It only took him 2 marijuanas to what? 2 marijuanas. What the fuck is that?
2 marijuanas. I don't even know. I don't know what that would be. It's like, is that 2 bushes?
And if it was, shit, let me hit that.
Like one here, and then there's like a tree, and then you're like that guy in that movie, How High, when he first got high, and he saw rainbows. Do you remember that part in that movie, How High?
I believe I do.
And the guy he was like, how about some more of the plants? And he took the tree out of the apartment of Method Man, and he wrapped it up like it was a baby.
Oh, the security dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and who is it? Oh my God, Day Day.
Oh, baby
Mike
powder.
Mike Epps, and he was just like, "There ain't no damn baby." Okay, anyways, I'm freshly.
Oh shit.
Uh-huh.
Now that is high and doing things right there. Because you didn't
Where's
just
your
get
kitty cat?
get a high.
Oh,
high.
hey, I have something for you guys.
Oh,
Okay, well, if you don't mind grabbing it for me.
what you got?
I have the Meow Kitty.
Oh,
And Meow Kitty's gonna play a little tune for you guys. And I think you're gonna really enjoy it. Okay?
I'm all ears.
Okay, so if you've been like... Do you mind holding
Not
that?
at all.
That's your Royal Podness' smoking apparatus.
I see.
Yeah, so that's a spiffy blunt holder right there. What is
Isn't
it?
that
That is.
amazing? Isn't it sparkly?
That's
Can you guys
swanky.
see it?
Duh.
Oh, hey, hold it up a little higher. They can't see it. You see it's sparkly. Okay, so
That's
here we
like
go.
The
All right,
the
everyone.
jewel that the cat had on his neck in Men in Black.
With the world in it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You can sit down if you want
Okay.
to. I just wanted to get it out of the way. All right, here we go. All right, everyone. All right, here we go. And we got a Meow Kitty.
Meow meow meow.
Yeah.
Meow meow meow.
Yeah.
Meow meow meow. Meow meow.
Yeah.
Meow meow. Meow meow meow.
I think
All
both
right.
my kids had one of those.
Yes.
Meow meow meow.
Dun dun dun.
Meow meow meow.
Uh-huh.
Meow meow meow.
Yeah.
Meow
Yep.
meow meow.
Yeah.
Meow meow meow.
Yeah.
Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, one more round. Okay, here we go. You guys ready for the one with this one? All right. Okay, it goes.
Oh, bravo.
Ta-da!
Cheers. Shortly.
Cheers.
Oh yes, this is needed right now. This is much needed.
How's the foot?
The foot's it's all right.
When was the last time anyone here stepped on a nail?
Oh gosh, yes. How
When's
was
it been?
that? Bless you.
It's about a decade ago, maybe.
Bless you.
I was stepping on a tag,
Oh.
but I had a shoe on, so
Oh.
yeah.
So you didn't break anyone's back.
It was only like a slight itch, and then I pulled my shoe out. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I've been, remodeling my house for so long that, like, I'll get in like crazy work mode and wear like a pair of old Crocs, and then step on a bunch of screws and little things, and they take like 3 or 4 days to like slowly get through to the point where you're like,
What the hell is going on?
And you have to dig them out of there.
It's such a vulnerable feeling.
Mm-hmm. Man, I remember as a kid making like a tree house, and we had all kinds of nails and wood and this and that, and I definitely went full force on a nail, and it went way up in there. For sure. Glanced off a bone.
Yeah, the kiddo had probably I'd say it's about a 1-inch nail. It was one of them old schools. She was down in Midtown, so it was one of them old nails. So we scooped her up, decided to go ahead and yank it out because it didn't look like it was all the way.
It was still in her foot.
When I got there, oh yes sir.
Oh my
Dang.
gosh.
Oh
What?
yes sir.
I would not have had the patience for that.
Oh
No
yes sir.
way.
I'm sending the ambulance bill in the morning. But no she had on a sandal, and it went through the sandal up through there. Hey, now you take the sandal off. Oh, we're gonna get a picture of that.
Oh my gosh.
But no, that nail was a good half an inch coming through the shoe. But we went to the ER because it was right down the street, and they were like, with her age, she's had a tetanus shot within the time frame. She's cool on that end. She's like, if you want to be seen for us, look at it, you can. But the old gun and knife club was 5-hour wait. So so we can do this at the clinic if we need to, right? Yes. That's all I need to know. This ain't that emergent.
Right. I mean, what are you really gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the thing.
We're gonna wash it out with some peroxide.
Yeah.
And then she gonna get mad at me.
Sorry, it's green smoke.
Yeah.
I love it.
I use that in, when I make my advertisements for the new episodes, and it cracks me up. Okay.
Why do I look like a Force ghost?
It's probably because you're next to a real ghost.
I'm a ghost vampire, blah, blah, blah.
I look like Mace Windu Force Ghost. He'd probably be smoking too.
Yup.
If you went up through all the shit that Mace Windu went through.
Did you say what Mace went through?
Yeah, Mace Windu.
Sam
see,
Jackson's character in Star Wars, the bald Jedi.
Okay, see, I was thinking you said that you talk about Mace.
Like from Puffy.
Like the rapper?
Yeah.
The trials and tribulations of Mason Becker.
That's what I thought. That's what I
Or
thought.
Maceo Parker.
Yeah, I was actually talking about Mace after he goes.
The shiny suit syndrome.
Yeah. And all that stuff they used to do.
But hold on, what is Mace from Day Live's name?
Maceo.
No, his last name is Mason.
Mason, okay.
That's what it is, yeah. Because his kid was played for the Rams.
Played for, because he went to Auburn and got
Trey Mason, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Trade Mason. Do you have a trade?
His trade was football.
Ah. And was he a Mason?
By surname.
Okay.
But not occupation.
I don't know what it is about those things. There's some people I know that are like obsessed with this thing, and I'm like, I don't get it. Why does it matter if you're not doing anything with it? You just know that it's there, or I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just like interesting. It's like conspiracies are modern day campfire powwow, like waiting in the war at night, for the next time. Like move, and you're like telling like stories and getting drunk and eating beans. You're like, hey, did you know what? There's this Bigfoot.
Hey, you want some beans?
You want some beans? Hey, you get your own
talking about?
taste Picante salsa. You remember that Taste Picante salsa
Of
commercial?
course, yeah, the best.
So funny.
So what I miss?
All kinds of good stuff.
All kinds of stories. But there's always more stories to be had.
We haven't talked about the Cannabis Expo yet, really.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That was a really fun.
I enjoyed myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a fun time. I covered that, and you guys were there, and it was lit.
I would say for an inaugural convention in a market this size, it was a success.
It doesn't have rec.
It doesn't have rec. It was a success.
When I first walked in, I was like, this is. I thought it was going to be like more grandiose, but I think we were there early. I know we were there early, and then more and more people set up, and it was like but it was like less about a spectacle and more about like a connection and like
Information,
community and talking.
Yeah, definitely
And
information.
and it was like very well done, and it had a good grassroots feel. I thought for sure.
My most interesting portion of the visit didn't necessarily have direct association with cannabis, but was very informative and pulled it all together. And that was the people over at the Grow Flow people from Culligan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo.
Yes, they are so awesome.
Yeah, give you some shine, cause homeboy was over there spitting bars. Anybody remember the name of that website that he did with the water tables? We'll have to find
I
it.
do not, but I was I thought I did.
I don't think they're on Instagram, or
It's,
they
it's,
are.
it's
I think so.
it's .org, whatever it is. But
Yeah, I think I have
But
their
yeah,
card or
when he
something.
dialed up my neighborhood, oh man, our water's fucked up. I was like,
W
shit,
something.
son. We got like 200%. I don't know, or is it like 2,000% the amount of chloroform that you should have in water or something.
Oh, so he was able to use like an app to like show your neighborhood's
it's on the
water
website.
quality.
What's on the website?
Oh, I see.
Okay.
And I was like, damn.
It's that's pretty wild. I'm gonna have to check into that.
man,
That's awesome.
I'm really mad I lost that website. It's
Oh,
like W something.
Yeah, we talked to them for quite a while.
No, that was very interesting. Like, yeah, he pulled our zip code up and like he was like, yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. So
it's like it's
something.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what that is either.
no. It was a really good time though, meeting all the people and just finding out all this different information, and like there was gummies, and there was like other like cool treats, and then there was just like this one person with these glasses that were cameras, and I was all like, what the fuck? And then I was like, oh, you can't see my face, so that's cool. Check the butterflies. So that's totally fine. But it was really cool.
I'm wanted in surgery.
All right. And enjoy your surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Wash your hands.
Yep.
There's alcohol. That'll help. That's very sterile.
I know it.
It
Working
cleans
for
your
you right
insides. It cleans your insides. It does. So, I don't know. That's how you're doing things. It happens. That's fine. We're saying words and nouns and adverbs and adjectives.
And using conjunctions.
Yes. Conjunction function. What's your function?
I'm going to get you there if you're very careful.
If you're very careful.
Right.
Hey, the Schoolhouse Rock shit used to be my shit.
Yeah.
I used to, that was like the third best part of Saturday mornings.
It was the best.
Yeah, 3 is a magic number.
Oh, man.
3.
I'm just a
It's
bill.
the magic
Yeah, of course. That's
number.
the classic, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm just
But
a
how
bill.
about My Hero 0?
Oh.
And, yeah, but the 3 is a magic number, man. There's just the beat behind that. I mean, De La used that too, but I was just like, God, that always got to me. I think it was just something about that time period in the 70s, 80s where, that funk had like saturated the creative, like where you would have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and all that stuff. And it was,
Dude, I didn't know that was the Pointer Sisters.
Yeah.
I mean, I found out like maybe 7, 8 years ago, but I was like, damn. And it made sense though, because after I went back and heard it again after I found out, I was like, that's
Oh, see, that's like
I should have known.
Did you ever see Vegetable Soup?
Uh-uh.
That was another, come along, da, 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 something about a vegetable soup, but it was very funky and soulful.
That song sounds familiar. Or
It
that
was
part
a
of the song.
it was a PBS. You ought to YouTube
Okay,
it
yeah,
sometime.
just come on after
Yeah.
like Electric Company.
Electric Company, Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
Sesame Street, of course.
But PBS was playing it funny style.
Yeah.
They wouldn't play it consistently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of it was like a filler show or something. Like, hey, we got like 20 minutes. Throw that other shit in.
Right. Yeah, I remember. I was telling her about I remember before certain channels got their official certification, they would do stuff like not censor the movies they were playing, like Channel 62 for a minute.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh yeah. It was like a good 2 or 3 weeks where they were just like, "You about to catch us all raw."
you see all the naughty.
Oh,
Yeah.
Titties.
Yeah.
Cuss
Yes.
words.
They had
I'm
Rodney
like,
Dangerfield,
Back to
Easy
School.
Money,
Yeah. Oh, it's Easy Money. Yeah.
where he comes out the door in the backyard and the chick is sunbathing topless, and he like drops all the trash down the steps. Yeah, they played that on 62, and
Oh
we
my
were like,
goodness.
yes,
And I seen this one movie this one time, and it's inappropriate still, and I don't think they could show it now, but I guess it's more tame than what they show in music videos. It's called The Secretary. And that's all I'll say, but you can Google that later. Have fun. Have fun. But yeah, it's like, I saw that on 62, and on Lifetime before it got all super sappy. Like Lifetime is just like nothing but like murder, crime, something like really, really peculiar, humans, mostly sometimes of the female variety, say that they fall asleep watching these like crazy murder crime solving shows and stuff. And I'm just like, what is wrong? What happened? I don't understand it. I watch cartoons and smoke a blunt and enjoy myself. I don't understand that. But check that out though, because that was like on that channel also before it got that way. With reality TV. Anyway, that was that.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the Cannabis Expo.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself. It was. I think it'll be a lot more fun when we have actual, recreational. Because you could tell that like the only thing missing was like literally like
actual weed.
There was not a lick of weed in the entire building.
Not a single, not even a half, not even like a little.
Not even Delta 8.
Yeah.
They didn't let y'all have Delta 8 there?
I didn't see any Delta 8. Nobody offered me any.
I don't think there was. There was like some gummies there at the Wonderful Cannabis Company, which is with, the fuck. How did I forget right now? Because I'm high as shit. Afro Man. He has a label and a strand of like, CBD and cannabis and things like that of the like.
Yeah, I heard
and
he
bacon.
Has, CBD bacon.
Yeah, CBD bacon, which I heard is pretty good. And the gummies are good. And there's just like this little pitchfork thing that was really cool. And yeah, so anyways, that was the only thing there. But it was like, look, it's at the Hy-Vee Arena. And the place is like named after a grocery store. Like, what do you think that they're gonna allow actual cannabis into that facility where they have like children's other events and like other kind of stuff? It's like, come on now. I know we all enjoy cannabis, but we're not stupid. Like, have some like realistic expectations.
The people that were coming in saying that it's a ripoff.
It's a ripoff. Like, they ain't got no cannabis. They false advertising.
Ain't got no weed in here.
They ain't got no weed in there.
You should have
Stuffing all off and shit.
Well,
I'm
those
like,
people should have just used their common sense.
Yeah.
Just took a step back and realize, hey.
It also makes sense that the people with no common sense are the people that are frustrated by the obvious thing.
Yeah.
So.
It's like, come on.
Because first thing I thought was, all right, I'm getting this ticket, even though I know it's not gonna, I'm not gonna get any like free joints or coupons for some money off or percentage off eighth or something like that, or, I know, but I'm curious to see.
Yeah.
I never thought I would see this in Missouri.
Right.
Not in my lifetime. So I went.
Yeah.
It was cool. I got some free shit.
It was great. Isn't that great? I like the free stuff. The free things are nice.
Yeah,
Lucy likes free things.
I just feel like the only thing that would have been different would have been like I at least would have got some free gummies. That would have been, some good gummies.
They have to follow the laws.
Well, no, if we had recreation.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah, if we had recreation.
Well, we're going to get there. I believe that every state, because Lucy's from, like, everywhere. I live in a classified location. And so, it's like, there is people like everywhere, and it should be legal like everywhere. But once it is, then it'll be fine. Everyone will.
Surgery was a success.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, it was a success for sure.
I used my readers.
Oh. I enjoyed. I was like a sticker bandit. I passed out all the QR codes for how you're doing things.
That was very dope.
Yeah, and all the the different cards and such, and passed those all out, and just met a lot of different people, and there were some cookies there from this one bakery, place, and they were really cool humans, and then there were some like other nouns there, and that was very cool. A lot of different vendors and a lot of people. I got some of their lighters, so they're gonna be like featured later maybe, of later of the week. So you just have to look out because you just don't know when.
Right.
But I'll tag you in it, so all of that will happen.
We might have a few vendors from that thing popping up right over here too. Hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a very good networking event.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's like supporting people, and going out and seeing something that's new. Because, how do you be like, oh, I was there from the jump? Well, how do you get there from the jump if you don't go there when it jumps off?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
True.
Like, if you're like, oh, we're going to be there from the jump, well, then you need to be there when their foot's about to jump. So that's like the first event. So it can only get either, better.
Absolutely.
And see where it goes. But, like, I'm, like, also, like, media. So, like, go.
And how
you know?
And how else do you establish gatekeeper mentality? Be like, I was at the first Cannabis Expo.
Well, because...
Y'all know what y'all talking about. Young whippersnappers.
Like, I was at the very first one. And can tell you how it
I don't even know
was.
if I'm going to brag about being at the first one.
Huh?
Unless it's like 50 years from now or some shit.
Yeah, what if it really becomes a thing, like a for real thing?
No, that's what I say. That's what I say. I've been here
Like
since
I
number
was
one.
hung.
They be
Since
like,
the
we're here
first-
with,
You know what I mean?
Yes.
we're here with
Since I coming
He's almost 100 years old. He was at the very first Cannabis Expo in Missouri.
Well, 100, that's pretty young for in my type of existence.
Yeah, we humans, if I make it to 100, it'll be amazing.
Yeah. That'd
Man,
be
I've been doing
great.
the numbers. I don't know. I want to make it there, but I don't know.
I said 100 alone. That's
We'll
a
make
long
it
ass
to
time to be living.
100.
Man.
Doing the numbers, man. Hey, I don't know.
We'll make it to
I'd like to see
100.
Vegas odds on it, before I bank on it.
Yeah. So we're still talking about the major Cannabis Expo. And also how some humans are... who was it that we just said that needed to be 100? I don't know.
Oh, PO is going to be 100 at the Cannabis Expo.
Oh, yeah, because we're talking about being at
And
the
that's when
first one.
we were saying that being at the first one entitles us to gatekeeper mentality.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because, being there at the first one and talked about how you're doing things. And, that made a little popping sound. Boop, boop. Boop, boop.
That's what I said. These young whippersnappers going to be spoiled. In 10 years, or 2 years from now, Wiz Khalifa is gonna be headlining at the damn expo.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so dope. Yeah, oh my gosh, because it'll be legal federally everywhere, and how they'll be able to smoke just freely, like cigarettes. Just be able to open them up and have some.
There you go. Open it up and have some.
Although I feel like at the first one after legalization, it should be Devin to do.
I think that's probably going to be like the logo or the slogan.
We gotta come up with like a top 5 of
the marijuana cigarettes. Open it up and have one.
Open it up and have one.
Devin's definitely in there.
The top growers, bartender doctors.
Cypress Hill, they gotta.
Right.
You gotta have him on the bill.
Redman.
Definitely Redman.
And Redman, not Redman and Method Man.
Just
Redman.
Redman.
Yeah.
Reggie though.
I don't mind.
Shit, that's a
I don't
solid
mind
four
any.
right
I
there.
can't really
You
squeeze.
said
I
Wiz.
want to squeeze. Huh?
You said shit, Snoop.
Well,
I mean,
Snoop.
damn.
Yeah.
Well, Snoop, of course, and Martha Stewart.
Burner?
Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Burner.
Is Martha
that-
Stewart rapping?
She just started.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know.
No, because they like homies. They put together. So she'd be like, he'll be rhyming, and she'd be like cooking up the extra.
Oh, dude, dudes, we've got to show you Pete and Boss.
She'll cook the extra rhymes.
Pete and Boss are two like 70-year-old grime rappers
Nice.
in London. Yeah, and they go hard,
I bet.
hard as fuck. Actually, I was like, like it was uncomfortably went uncomfortably hard.
I've been waiting, for the onslaught of the elderly hip hop, and it's
Oh,
it is
God,
happening
it's
around
happening.
us.
Pete and Boss is the only ones that there was Pete and Boss and there was one other dude. There's only two of them that really actually got my like. Hey, I'll actually listen to what you're saying. You know what I mean? I think it could be a good thing. You know what I mean? I mean, as long as cause like I said, like for Pete and Boss is my best reference. So like they kind of rap. They kind of do a little bit of stereotypical hip hop shit in it, but it's really more based upon them being old men. You know what I mean? So so at least it's not like it's not disingenuous.
Right. Well, I didn't mean necessarily just like rap. I was just saying like the encroachment of hip hop culture as people age.
Oh, yes.
So like seeing an old man wearing a FUBU shirt or
Oh,
a
my
jacket
God.
just
Oh,
walking
yes.
down
Right.
the street. That kind of stuff. Like or like in
what
the
was it,
nursing home,
Poogie?
there's going to be like
And that age is now proto hip hop
Right.
culture. Yeah.
yeah. So
Sean
like,
John.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's on Sean John's, y'all.
So you'll
Those
start to see it,
velour outfits.
like some old lady, wearing like a baby fat.
Oh, God.
Like,
I have a baby fat jacket.
And there's always one OG out there that's good. I'm gonna stay current.
Right.
I'm gonna stay current.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you get that from? I'll be there tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, my God. My grandpa
I'll be
was
there
like
tomorrow.
that. My Uncle Keithie's like that.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, yeah,
I got that.
I'm
I
so
got to have
far
that.
right now. I am so far outside of whatever
Yes,
the
right.
current fashion is. Like I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea where to look.
To be
I-
honest with
My
you,
fashion style is for less.
I
As
think-
in, I shop at Ross.
I think my
less.
fashion
For
style
less.
is
For
in
less.
style.
For
Realize,
Just
realize that's
jeans
funny.
and a t-shirt.
Yeah,
man.
pretty
Just-
much. That's me.
So you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got some fly ass t-shirts. I told y'all my t-shirt game is gonna be sick this summer. You see Snoop Lee on here.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah, I pretty much just
figured
pick
it out.
up random ass shirts
That's a
at
dope
like
ass
thrift
shirt.
stores that I have no idea if this is Biggie Smalls, Biggie size my sandwich, just some guy on the softball team. I don't
Hey,
know,
Biggie,
but like
like, fuck it.
Biggie
Hey,
Smalls,
Big
Sandwich.
I love it. So I pick up these things for like $3.
My fat ass knowledge base leads me to believe that might be the Biggie sandwich. That might be the Wendy's T-shirt.
Yeah, who
when it first
knows?
came
Huh?
out.
Well,
I've got some strange ones. I have some strange one that says like alabaster, and, which I'm like, well, I'm white, so I'll wear that. I don't know what this shit means.
oh my God, that's funny. Alabaster.
Oh shit.
Oh my God!
You just find the weirdest shit.
Alabaster makes me
So,
think of sauce.
Oh my God!
Oh man.
well, it's like a white marble.
When
Alabaster
when
makes
I
me think of
asked
sauce.
what did I miss, what I was really asking was I missing that Pete TommyLift moment, and obviously I had not. I was just in time.
Oh, man.
That is so funny. That is so funny.
Oh shit.
Alabaster.
We need a picture of you in that shirt.
Yep.
Oh man.
I'll give it to you.
Absolutely.
Well,
We gotta have it.
And then, of course, there's the Mixing Thicket is Easy shirt, which,
mixing thicket is easy.
yeah.
Well, that's some funny shit.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go back to that episode and check it
Yeah,
out.
that's a nice tune. No, well, I however, keep it pretty, stylish. I got my cloak. I have my green one I wore to the expo. And I have this red one. Some people say I look like Red Riding Hood. But, it's whatever. It's clever. If your name's Trevor or Bever or Ever or other words that rhyme with that. This one has buttons on it, and it has patches. And I'm gonna add more to it.
You are very fashionable.
So
You're probably
do
the
the
most
patches-
fashionable amongst us.
And then,
Do the patches have a
in
meaning,
my
or Are
face.
they just random patches that you've found and liked?
Yes, so there's like these two bunnies that are doing it, and then there's a cat,
Oh damn.
and then there's, what is this thing called? A jackalope, but it's
Fresh.
like a rabbit, and then there's a bus, a tiny house, and then there's like this other thing, and then there's lips from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, look, you even have a flavor pack.
Oh yes, and I have
Fresh.
a flavor pack
Fresh.
right here.
Fresh.
Flavor pack. Okay, everybody.
That's dope.
It's an amazing pen. So you should look that up and see what that's all about, because I think it's smart.
Did you see these at the expo? She has this little bud pen.
And it's a little pen that is
Yes, I did see that. Yes.
It's marijuana,
Slappies.
like, a little nugget, but it's not real, so don't try to smoke it or take it off of me. I
be
didn't
bad.
drop any, and it's that sticky, yes, but it's not sticking like that. Okay, so don't take my nugget.
Be all bad.
It's mine. And then there's stuff on the back, but I don't know if I can turn around. Can I turn around?
If you're not stepping on the wire.
Okay, so let's just do that. Okay, it can move now. And then see, it says other things.
Damn.
It says other things.
All right.
And so there's that. So I'm gonna sit down now. Like this.
Perfect.
And I sat.
Oh man. Hi, and doing things.
I ain't doing things.
Hey, my name is Lucille Cody.
I've really taken to just being high and doing things. I mean, I've always been high and doing things, but I didn't realize that was like an actual thing until I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. I didn't think it was an actual thing until I thought it was just shit that me and my homeboys did. Just get high and do something.
Yeah, we're just high and doing things. I'm high and I was just standing up and showing you guys my cloak. And I also have a green one, but that doesn't have patches on it right now. I have two, so we'll see. But anyways, I might put googly eyes on it. Okay. So, that's what high and doing things is. Just live in a moment, unedited, unscripted, just like you're hanging out with your friends.
So are you going to put googly eyes on the top of your head?
Oh, no, that would just be too weird.
No.
Where are they going to go?
I don't know what's funny. Yeah, he verbed on this noun.
Oh, man. Whew. All right. Well, we're going to completely shift gears and get into our news segment. This is our second week. It's the Sports Block with Jay Red Eye.
Yeah.
What
no more
atrocious
intro
takes
needed.
do you have this week, sir?
Man, I'll say let me get prepared.
Hey, hold on, no. Hey, let's. I'm probably gonna fuck up your script and shit. Let's start about what's going on in Tennessee.
I don't know. Honestly, I've stayed off of all media up until about 2 hours ago, because the rules, they've been hurting me so bad. So I've been.
Man, the Royals been breaking my heart.
It's ridiculous. It's
Man,
like you start off in first place last week. 6 days later, you for real the worst team in the major leagues. Like literally in the major leagues right now.
I've yet to take part in my biannual exercise in masochism.
You got to do it though.
I'm gonna do it. I'm
You
gonna
gotta
do
do
it.
it.
I'm gonna do my part. But you ain't heard nothing about the Mike Malarkey.
Oh yeah, that's old news now though. Cause
Yeah.
he just joined in with let's see, it was Flores, but then there's 2 other coaches that joined in with
Yeah,
Flores.
Ray Horton
Yeah.
and Steve Wilkes.
So yep.
Yeah.
Huh?
They were Wilkes was the coach of the Cardinals for a bit, and Horton was his D coordinator for a minute, and was up for the Titans job. But Malarkey is saying that Amy Adams Strunk, the Titans owner, came to him straight up and was like, "Hey, you're my guy. I just go have these a couple of these sham interviews real quick." Like said it like that, like straight up like that. So I basically
do you doubt it?
basically walking around the Rooney Rule. Right.
But that's what
Which-
most
which-
teams do though.
Most teams do that, yeah, but nobody's typically that fucking flagrant about it.
And
That did seem very blatant.
They did this on purpose.
Yeah, and it was weird because he was like, you know what? I haven't listened to the whole thing, but it was basically Malarkey was of the tone of like, you know, why would you even
say that.
You didn't have to tell me that.
Right. She didn't have to say it out loud.
Yeah.
It's like you could think that all day, and everybody already knows what you're
Yeah.
gonna do.
It could be
You didn't have to say
unspoken.
it. Yeah.
What did he say?
Because it was gonna
I
happen.
mean, what benefit of it is to telling you that the fix is in? You know.
But I guess when you got
they
money
fixed
like
the
that,
play?
you just really don't give a shit. And I think she was probably
No,
like,
them
we got
NFL
money
owners
like-
don't give a fuck, bro.
And she's second generation because her pops was for real the owner of the Oilers. So
Yeah, it was Bud Adams.
Yep.
Right, yeah. It's my team. You ain't gonna tell me what the fuck to do. That's what the fuck they on.
Oh my gosh, that's not fair.
ridiculous.
The only thing that's really hot about it to me is, y'all gonna have to come up off a draft pick because that
Shit,
shit.
we ain't got no good ones anyway. They can have first, third, fourth, fifth.
Oh, they ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna do it for this draft.
This is 1856.
They gonna wait for next year's draft.
1984.
Well, I mean, technically they can't do it for this one,
Different
but
years.
whenever they do it,
Toiletry, different
it's gonna be a little bit
years,
too
different
much. We already know that.
But technically, there isn't even an NFL investigation into it.
Lakers.
But it's gonna happen within the season.
lawsuit,
Yeah,
right,
I'll
yeah.
say a lot of shit. Like this NFL season, it's gonna be way more like legal shit than I think actual play on the field. Like that we're gonna be paying attention to.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what's the name? Because Watson, what's he gonna get as far as his suspension goes?
Is it
Is
for
it-
certain?
is
He
it
gonna,
8?
you think it's for certain he gonna get one?
Oh, he's getting suspended
See,
because he made the league look bad.
I was under the impression
That's why he's only getting paid like
yeah,
a
well, like,
bare minimum.
I think it's like
a-
$2 million,
something. Yeah, this year
something like
because they
just whatever.
Because they expect
Oh,
him to
that
get-
was the clause they put in
Yeah.
there, basically to.
yeah. So next year he's gonna get like
Hey,
When them
Raj ain't
escalators kick in.
put the smack down in a while, boy. He
Yeah,
could
since
fuck
Brady.
around.
Yeah.
He could fuck around and be like, oh, y'all thought y'all had this 2 years.
Nah, I don't think it's gonna be that.
What you think? Like half a season? Because I'm thinking
I was
if he
was
does,
thinking between 6 and 12 games.
man, 12 is a lot though. I could definitely see 6. I can almost see 8.
He
He
embarrassed.
gonna do 8 games.
It's because
That's what I'm saying. I can see
it's
half a
because
season.
they would say that he embarrassed the league.
But how?
22 civil lawsuits.
Yeah, but-
about chicks having a.
But in
put
the
they
court
fi-
of, but in the actual
basically
court
fist
of
you
law,
and,
in
get to
the
your
actual,
prostate.
in criminal court, he is innocent. Like they're like that has to stand for something. That
Allegedly.
at some point we have to say, okay.
Allegedly.
Hey, Deshaun Watson gonna do less time than Josh
Did
Gordon?
they get a flag?
Ooh, shit. I don't think it's
No?
possible.
No. there's
Were
no-
they supposed to get a flag?
Man, because
if
Gordon
this were a
had what?
game,
He
yeah.
6 years.
This is
Yeah, I
real
was gonna say he
life.
had like 6, I think,
This
4
is a game
seasons.
that's
seasons.
really
Civil-
happening.
That he had to sit.
Yeah, he has 22 civil. One of the quarterback
yeah.
of the Cleveland Browns has 22 civil lawsuits against him right now for sexual assault. Is that
Yeah.
what it, yeah?
Oh goodness, I don't need the details of that. But good lord, why? Okay, so we're not talking about the actual game that he didn't get a flag.
No.
Okay, that's why that sentence didn't make sense.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in calculus class right now.
Me too. I'm just like, what is happening? Because I
He was
thinking,
But I love to hear
the short, the Cliff Notes version. He was expecting a happy ending with these massages.
Right.
Oh.
oh, well, that's what. Okay, well, anyways, I'm not gonna speak because I am a female, and that my masculine side of my brain knows, as most you or males know, that you shouldn't say certain things out loud because it'll piss women off, and I don't want to hear it. So it's just kind of like, just yeah.
Okay.
It's smart advice that women don't normally say out loud to men.
Right.
They know, they know. Like, oh, you shouldn't say that, so you don't say it. And then sometimes some women get mad and be like, well, why didn't you just say it anyway? You know you're thinking it. Like, would you calm down? Please don't tell me what I am thinking, Jill. Please go make me a sandwich.
Jill.
But the real thing that we talk about is what is
Sorry.
what's the ramifications of that? Like because
Well-
he's not going to be able to do his job for some amount of time over this, no
He
matter
just
what
loses
happens.
After-
his job
and
and
after
goes
a
and
whole
suffers his
year
consequences.
Of not doing that.
Was they right?
I'm just saying that after
Oh,
a
good
whole
point.
year. So
Good point.
so if they give him another year, I mean, shit, that's 2 years out the league in your prime.
I don't think Roger would have any problem doing that.
Yeah, that'd be right up Roger's alley.
I'm confused.
That would
Roger,
okay.
That
I'm sorry.
And see, that's what I'm saying. That's just a
Roger,
that's a dick
Goodell is
move.
the
That I can
commissioner
see
of the
him doing
NFL.
that, but
He's
man,
a big dude in the NFL.
This is all stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I don't understand. Okay,
It's all
so
right, baby.
he did a bad thing.
Yes.
several bad things.
And so- and he just tried to-
we
are
gotta
you
say
guys-
allegedly.
Allegedly.
We gotta say allegedly. He allegedly did a lot of bad
He
things.
allegedly did a lot of bad things.
Yes.
Okay, so he did bad things,
Yes.
quote unquote, and stuff.
Yes.
So, are they arguing that he should still be able to play the game or not?
Basically.
Yeah,
The fuck is that kind of shit? Is that?
it's the world we live in. That's
No, it's like, okay, you did something like really, really naughty and bad,
Yeah.
bad. You don't get to keep your job.
Well, he's already not been doing his job
right
for a year.
Well, then what the fuck is the conversation about?
He's coming back to try to do his job.
Right. And to top it off, the team that he's going to, they have guaranteed him over $250 million.
No, keep your
play.
fucking money, and he needs to just go suffer his consequences and go bye-bye.
It's guaranteed.
Well, he's not.
That's-
He's not going to suffer any criminal prosecution because
Then what is it? What?
It's the world. It's
Anything
the world
from
we
here
live in.
forward is a civil case.
I'm sorry to
Yeah.
be blowing your mind like this, Lou.
My
You know what I mean?
sweet
Like,
little
yeah.
innocent little mind.
And
My
it's
vampire
mind-blowing shit.
300-something-year-old mind. Do you know what would happen to him 300-and-something years old ago?
Drawn
years
and
ago?
quartered.
He would be tarred and feathered.
Or
Nah, because 300 years ago he would have been the man, and he could have did whatever he wanted to do, and there wouldn't have been any consequences.
That's true.
Not in my world that I live
Exactly,
in.
not in your world.
My world that I live in.
Not my timeline. Fuck that shit.
In my world, as vampire queen of an unnamed world, and that I cannot say out loud because it's forbidden, is that because you wouldn't be able to handle if it came to fruition if I said the name of this world out loud.
I see.
You would not be able to survive it. Most people would they wouldn't like it unless they're just well behaved for their own good. Anyways, that would not be allowed. I would be like, well,
That's ideal.
you did a very, 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 very bad thing.
22
Therefore,
times.
your consequences would be as such, and there's no coming back from them.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, in this made-up world from which your royal podness lives in. From time to time because it's fun.
The Podniverse.
The Podniverse, yeah.
The Ruthless one that.
The Podniverse. But that's okay. I like, it's and on High and Doing Things, you guys, what you just experienced was a day in a life of using your imagination. It's called
Huzzah.
Huzzah, creativity.
Yay. I like creativities.
I verbed a lot.
You did verb. You verbed all over his news story.
Yeah, we shit all over your story, Jay Red. What else you got for
I'll
us?
say that was because I wasn't planning on talking about that, but that needed to be talked about, especially in that light with a feminine
With a woman,
perspective.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Huzzah,
Most
huzzah.
Sorry.
No, nothing to be sorry.
A very experienced woman,
right.
3 centuries old.
Yeah, 3
Yeah,
centuries
well, that's
old.
right.
Yeah.
We need that type of feedback.
Yeah.
That's real.
Props to the elderly.
Absolutely.
I'll hit you about my shoe game.
Oh damn.
So they sparkling.
That's why I look like a Force Ghost. I got this reflection from the shoes.
Is that what it is?
It might be. It's possible.
Nah.
Oh, shit.
He might just be ashy.
Hey, I'm gonna do this Joe Rogan style. I ain't got no scientists here to debunk it, so that's what it is.
Man, that dude. I used to go hard. I used to love Rogan in the beginning, and I thought he was like. I mean, I always knew he was the bro, right?
Yeah.
Which is a little like when he was around certain people, it was just like you could see that
Thought he was a decent bro.
But he's a decent pro, right?
Yeah.
And then what has happened with the whole COVID stuff? I mean, it's just off the deep end. It's just I don't understand.
Man, look, they should have just paid that man a whole lot more money to just stay funny on the damn UFC fights.
Yeah.
Or should have gave him a show that was fight oriented.
I mean, but he at one point in time he really did have like guests on there that were talking about interesting things.
Yeah.
Like some of them were crackpots. Talking about their Area 51, this and that and the other, and the other dude talking about how maybe the Earth like had ancient civilizations that were maybe it's real, maybe it's not, but but it was interesting to listen to. And then he would talk to people like Jocko Willink or whatever, athletes and people that I never really got into the fight commentary episodes because I just don't really care for that one as much. But he just got so caught up into the whole kind of right-wing anti-cope vaccine, this, that, the other. Just, I don't know.
For what?
For what, It's wild. But then again, like, it's like we were just talking about where they're banning the, what is it, the Delta 8?
Yeah, Delta 8.
In Kansas, where it's just like, it seems like for some reason there's this pendulum swing, right, of time where it's like, oh no, we can't get too advanced. Now we have to get sucked back to, let's try to ban this and ban that and all this other stuff. It's wild. I just don't, I didn't expect to see like all the anti-voting measures and stuff that would be put into play.
Right.
And the abortion rights, and all this other stuff. It's where it's just like, how about you just don't get in people's business? I mean, that's just
Stay out of folks' way.
Just leave people the fuck alone, right? They don't believe the way you do. Tough shit.
Yeah.
Tough shit.
That's their
It's just
freedom
like-
of speech, freedom of free will.
I'm just like, look, if you want to be the president or a representative of the people in this country, represent them. You
All of
know
them.
that all of them. You know that some of them you are not going to agree with, and some of them you're going to despise or whatever. But like you are there for them, so do your job. It's like I heard one of the Republicans recently, and I don't want to get too political, but who said her piece about the new Supreme Court justice, right? And she said she's qualified. That should be it. It should have nothing to do about whether you believe in her politics or have the same politics as her to approve.
Forecast what
has
her
nothing to
decision
do.
is going to be.
Right.
Nope. Is she qualified? Yes. That's it. And that's what people have forgotten is that, with our system to work, it's never worked fully. We know this, right? We know this. But for the dream of it to progress to the point where it can actually start to do something. Because, you can blame America, but people are just people. Humans are humans. Like you said, this is the world we live in, right? So we just know that, if it wasn't for some of the basic tenets of democracy, it would just be like people's heads are getting cut off every other week.
People would do shitty things unrepentantly.
So, but I'm just, if you want to be a representative of those people, you have to just do what they say or lead the best you can. But it's not about picking a side. It's not about choosing a stance. It's about trying to get along. I don't know, man. It's wild. But I know that's also probably what I'm saying could be viewed as pie in the sky kind of, because the world is about follow the money, the world's about follow the influence, whatever. That's
It can be better than what it is.
but it could be
Yes,
better,
always can be better.
right?
I'll say levels.
We don't have to get to some ultimate goal, but it can run a little bit cleaner than what it runs.
But yeah, no,
I wouldn't be
agree
mad at
there.
that.
Wouldn't be mad at that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Something to show me that yes, we can trend upward.
All right.
I get it.
So, what you got, Red Eye?
Oh, that was it.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll say because, like I said, the Royals they pretty much got me in a slight sports
Hey man,
depression right now.
listen.
hey.
Hold out for them Bobby Witt highlights.
That's all we're gonna have to look forward to.
How,
He cold though.
when
He
did the
cold.
season start? When did
Last
Thursday.
Okay, so it's just been 1 week.
Yeah, just
Well, you know they had the lockout and all that.
Right.
So that's why it's run a little late.
Oh, it's later than usual.
Yeah.
Okay. So when does they call it spring training? Is that
Yep.
the first part?
Yeah, they already did it.
Because normally I'll say spring
That
training.
they
is
would have like 5
February.
days of spring training or something like that.
It's like February.
Is that
and
still
then-
in
yeah.
Arizona? Surprise.
Oh, they
Yep.
did spring training, but then they did the lockout and they
See,
went
you
playing.
know a little
lockout
something. Don't be
Well-
trying to act like you don't know.
Oh,
I bought a spring training hat. Surprise Arizona that I'm selling on eBay. So that's how I know.
Fresh.
That's how I know that. But
Yeah.
so yeah, that's cool.
That's the town.
But you're saying the way you were talking about it sounded like they disappointed you. They went from the best to the worst, but it's only been 1 week.
Yeah, it's only
right?
it's only been a week, but it's like all right.
So it's
Hey,
here's
we
my
got the
thing.
drop done early.
Nah, because it's still going on. They just lost again.
But I'm just saying that honeymoon phase we have with the Royals
we
when they
also
do
have-
when they have a decent little streak at the beginning of the season. We got that there early. We know who we are.
And we've also been playing
You know what I
clearly superior teams.
Nah, because the Guardians ain't all that great. They name is even trash.
I mean, the
I
name
didn't,
is.
even realize that they were the Cleveland Guardians till the season started.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
still
the
thought they
new
was the
Cleveland
Hey, listen,
team.
man. For me,
I heard about
honestly,
that.
and I, this may sound defeatist, whatever. Give me some 500 ball and somebody hitting some home runs.
That's bare minimum. That's
Yeah, I don't
like
ask
lowest
much.
expectations right there.
I don't ask
I'm a
much.
realist. I'm a realist with my dog. Hey, if you can give me 500 balls, I'm in. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come down. Tickets
we
gonna
better
be
than
cheap.
that, though.
I'm gonna come party. I'm gonna have a few beers.
You have to kick it.
I'm
better
gonna
than that.
come.
6 years ago, we were in the World Series. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I love going to the Royals games when we
So
when we
do I.
bad. I love going to the Royals games when we bad. I have no problem with that.
Because you can for real buy a ticket way up top and literally just walk. Well,
And
you
walk
could,
right down.
You could back in the day. I don't think you can anymore.
No, you probably can.
You ain't gonna
They
get
may have
to
some,
the
they may have
100
some
level
issues just with everything that's going on right now.
with COVID and all that.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get down to the 100 level, but
That's
you
what
get
I'm
down
saying.
to 200.
I just think they
you
need
used to be able to sit. I'm talking about get a ticket, the $7 seats all the way
And
to
then
top,
get all
and
the way
then
down.
walk all the way
Yep.
down, and nobody cared because
say
wasn't nobody there.
nothing.
They just need to make sure the seats have less of a strong spring to them. Because last time that I went to a Royals game,
Yeah.
I bought all kinds of beers and all kinds of fancy ass like gourmet hot dogs and all the shit. And then I went and put the seat down and put them on it and let it go.
Flip right up.
Like $50 worth of shit just was gone.
Oh.
That was the last time I went.
That
But
sucks.
yeah, no, I'm sure it's great.
And I'll say $50 worth of food. That's
You
like
know-
a hot dog and a beer.
When I was a kid, though, I listened to the Royals. My mom and dad loved baseball, right? And we had this Malibu station wagon. And you could lie in the back of this thing and look out the windows and pretend the world was upside down and that you were seeing like tree branches, roots out into the universe. And it would be like the sound. I would lie back in the back of that station wagon and they would play the sound of the Royals, you know, and you'd hear it's the windup and the pitch and, you know, and the crowd and everything on AM radio,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, wow.
And it was like
We've had
comforting.
this conversation before.
Oh, for real? That's
it.
nice. Yeah, it was a good feeling. I'll say that for sure, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
growing up
that's
listening to the
nice.
Royals on the radio. That's
Oh yeah, Denny Matthews.
It was beautiful.
I am down with old school Royals. I got 2 rings in my lifetime. I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah.
I am not gonna complain.
But the fact that
And one of them is against St. Louis.
Right.
That
remember that one.
is
does,
like
I'm
does
not
that
gonna
count for
complain.
more?
Nah.
I've gotten what I needed
But
From
it's
the
out of the
baseball.
Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
I can
the fact
support it no
that-
matter what the fuck's going on now.
It's the fact
I can
that
do
we
it.
know they can do better. That's my.
I
That's
know
my
they
whole
can do
thing.
better.
We'll get there.
Now, are they going
Always
to move it
can
downtown
improve.
stadium?
Man, I hope so.
Hey, Sherman wants to be competitive. He doesn't want to just. He doesn't want to just.
don't know.
lose. I don't
That's what
think
I
he
did
just
hear,
want to
though,
lose.
is that they were going to move the stadium downtown, and then I heard the Chiefs were interested in getting a stadium in Kansas.
Now that was kind
That's
of
just
a
bargaining.
yeah.
That's
That's
just
not really
That's that.
happening.
That's that.
They know
wolf
that's
shit.
not gonna happen.
Wilson.
That's that.
Because
wolf.
who would they want to be?
Because if the Royals
The
go
Olathe
downtown,
Chiefs.
Jackson County will give
The
the Chiefs
Olathe
whatever the
Chiefs,
fuck they
no
want
Like
on
for
that,
real, for real.
on that property.
Like
Right.
Whatever
they have
the
y'all
Chiefs
paying
will have
some
their
of the
own
most
fucking shopping center
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, the most
Straight
ridiculous
up.
taxes ever because they
Oh.
They
gonna
own
make
shopping
y'all
center,
pay for
bar, restaurant, all
Everything.
that shit.
Right.
it. Water park.
That's a place. There's Waterford Park out there.
No, I'm just saying they would actually
Come sit
probably
down,
put
cuz we ain't got but a
like
few minutes.
like a water like Worlds of Fun or
Over
Oceans of
here.
Fun out there.
There's a human approaching.
That's true.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful.
See, you got me sitting on people's shit. Cheers.
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 I have a mouth, but there's no hole in it.
Hey.
You're gonna have to change that.
It's a movie like that. What movie is that?
You gotta
I
catch up.
don't know. I made this.
I think you're thinking about
Eyes Wide
V
Shut.
for Vendetta. Is what you're thinking
okay.
about.
Oh yes, I love that. Thank you. That's I
There
take
was
that.
some people were going around. What is that?
The strange. Is it a horror movie or a?
It's a horror movie.
Or is it The Strangers?
No.
Is that the one with Tamara's home?
Is it?
This is
Is
excellent.
Tamara home?
Is it us?
Is it us? The one? Wait.
The movie Us? Is it that one?
I
They got
haven't
masks
seen
on
that.
us.
It's something with that fucking mask on.
The Purge.
Is it The Purge?
It might be the Purge, the second one.
The second one, is that the one when they go, okay, see,
They were in the house.
Them damn masks on.
see, okay, well, the thing is, I'm 300-something years old, and I have not seen that movie because I was told I'm not allowed to see that. So I haven't seen those.
Y'all been down here smoking too much of that shit.
But I am. And the thing is, I was told I'm not allowed to see those movies.
Just go with it, cuz.
Because I'm
I'm
not.
about to play with her.
What?
I'm not about to play. She got that mask on. You gonna
But I'm nice. I'm Lucille Cody. I'm named after B.B. King's guitar. Like Lucille.
She's high and doing things.
Let me get some of that. Same shit. And I want that motherfucking mask.
I made this mask myself, and I wore it for the major Cannabis Expo. And
Yeah, you missed the expo.
Man,
and I was
you
there.
even look like you about to go do some shit wrong.
No, I don't. I do or I don't.
You do.
She did. She
Oh.
says you did.
Well, that
You look
depends
like
on how.
But if she's doing it, she's hot.
Well, the thing is, it depends on how well you're behaved.
What? You know what? I normally don't bring race. What's your color? Cause something wrong.
You silly girl.
Oh, Mel, they fucking with me over here.
What? No. I'm really nice. You want a hug? I'm just kidding.
You gonna take your mask off?
Oh, no. No one's allowed to see me.
Really?
Mm-mm.
So don't nobody know what you look like down here.
Those are adjectives and verbs and nouns.
Oh my God.
Welcome. Hey.
That was funny as fuck.
Hi, and doing things.
Why we talking?
I'm really
Oh, you done made my night. I really wanted you to come down here too.
Mel.
I really wanted you to come down
I
here.
said, I came down here the first time I seen him. I was like, well, I ain't gonna interrupt that shit.
Oh shit.
Then he came down here. I said, well, fuck it, because I'm show family. I'm coming. Then I seen her. I said,
But I'm nice. It's how I'm doing things. I'd be like, I'm high right now, and I'm on this wonderful show, and I just met you, and you're a lovely human.
So you gotta
And
peep
you
out her show. Her
family.
show is high and doing things.
You gotta check me
you
out.
doing things?
Yeah.
It's on YouTube?
No, I'm just only audio only. I'm on all platforms. I'm a podcast.
Like Spotify, all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, so if I
so you
Apple,
on
Google,
Yep.
everything,
I
Amazon.
ain't doing things.
You got,
Yep.
Baby, I'm
you
about
got
to
a
go
business
high,
card.
Go home, get high, and do some things, and watch that show.
Because it's
Maybe I
just
can get a
funny.
mask like that.
Well, I can make you one real talk. You gotta hit me up though on Instagram
You on Instagram?
yeah,
I'll get you
and
connected.
on TikTok. But yeah, I'm on Instagram mainly, just on it.
And I'm coming upstairs.
All right.
Yeah.
Bring your ass because
What? She's scared.
She talking to me.
Yeah. I'm nice. Lucy's nice.
You are nice.
I'm nice. I don't do any harm. But if you visit my other world, alleged things could happen.
Oh man. And on that note,
Yay, that was great.
But nice things too.
I think we're gonna call it an evening. My beer is finished, and I gotta get another one.
That was so funny.
I wanna
That was
thank.
amazing.
I can't believe I got Cuz on here. That was great.
That was amazing. That was so great. That was so great.
like to thank our guests for the evening. TommyLift. Story time with Tommy is always a wonderful thing. So I learn something every time.
Oh, we just barely crack the surface every time.
I know.
I think of all the things that I forget to tell you.
We cracked the seal or two, though.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all good.
Hell yeah.
But see, that's even better because that means it's just more reason for you to come
Why
back.
am I in fucking Force Ghost? What the fuck is going on?
Well, I'd love to come back.
I don't know.
What
we
the
just
hell?
had to roll with it tonight.
Okay, I can touch myself at
I can
least.
see you though. What?
You're there.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
I see
Force
what you're saying
Ghost.
now. Okay.
Um,
That shit do look kind of crazy.
thank you to
Uncle Nearest, what the fuck y'all been doing to me?
thank you to Lucille Cody for stopping by with the spaceship and everything. That was pretty cool seeing you
Oh,
quote
yes.
unquote pull up, and for bringing
And my
the
Meow Kitty.
Meow Kitty keyboard.
You're holding down the other one.
Which by far is the coolest shit that I've seen all week.
Yo, the
Definitely-
little one had that.
definitely in the running for all month because you know, it's just April.
I
15th.
pounded out a couple slaps on that thing before, to be honest with you.
Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it very much. Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate Jay Riddock, Sports Block.
Talked about some real issues tonight.
Talking about some real stuff.
No need to thank me for that mix, because, you know, nails and foots and shit.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, everything's all right.
Yep. Surgery was a success.
All right, so
Force Ghost.
hopefully you all have a great week. Appreciate y'all tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to spend some time with us, hang out, hear some stories, some history, some jokes and comedies and adjectives and nouns and verbs. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely start using that one.
Nouns and verbs.
Yeah.
We have
There's an episode called
Oh, shit.
talk about it.
Yeah, definitely
I
using
forgot.
that one.
Hell yeah.
What is it called?
Oh man, that was lovely. Hey, both of you, let you know, it's open invitation whenever you want. Stop by.
Anytime.
We'll be here.
Awesome,
You know what I'm
thanks.
saying? It's our casa is Sulan.
The cover charge is adjectives, nouns, and verbs.
Oh man,
There's an episode something about that. I think it's like high and verbing things.
fresh.
Verbalization.
And
something
hopefully,
like that.
next time we meet, I will have a Lawnarchy patch to give you, or a couple of those to give you.
Straight up.
Yes.
We got to make that happen.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have
gonna put it right here.
old school portable roots T-shirt for you.
Oh shit!
I was gonna bring, which is the side project that came out of Flavor Pack that was
Fresh.
yeah, it only lasted like 1 or 2
Yeah.
episodes. So
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
We're gonna start. We got a couple of T-shirts from Danny and
that's what I saw. So
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
we're
it
gonna
inspired me. I was
start
like,
framing
okay,
them up.
you're gonna be the T-shirt archivist.
costs
hanging
surgery.
them up. Yeah. So yeah, man, appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once again, like I said, you know, always welcome. Appreciate you guys coming through. Tommy, watch out for the regular police. Lucille, I don't think there's a spaceship police.
No. No station vampire police or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, so I was about to say, I think you're going to be all right.
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm actually the ruler, so it's fine.
Oh, well, see. If only I could pull that out, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone's a ruler of their own world.
They'd be like, PL, shut the fuck up. I'd be like, all right, officer.
Oh, well, yeah, no.
I just want to go home in one piece. Because it's not going to be a nail through my foot. It's going to be a bullet through my ass.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.